So let's confirm, yes, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you a blueprint that takes less time than you spend scrolling TikTok. No finance jargon, no boring lectures, just 6 rules that will change how you treat money forever. And here's the kicker. They're so simple you can start tonight. But the surprising part isn't the rules. It's how fast small steps actually snowball. Ready to see why? Everyone assumes saving is only for people with 6-figure paychecks. That sounds logical, but it's flat out wrong. The size of your income doesn't decide whether you save. The way you use it does. That's why you'll see someone with an average salary quietly build stability, while someone pulling in 3 times as much looks rich on Instagram and broke in real life. This belief creeps in early. I can't save because I don't earn enough. You've either said it or thought it. And sure, earning more gives you more options. But those options usually turn into bigger rent, shinier cars, a different bar tab every weekend. The joke is that the higher the paycheck, the easier it is to upgrade everything until every penny gets consumed. A giant salary disappears just as easily as a modest one. Here's the paradox. Person A earns a middle income, but consistently sets aside a small fixed amount every month. Person B earns way more, but spends freely, assuming tomorrow's income covers today's decisions. Fast forward a few years. Person A has thousands tucked away. Person B has nothing but receipts. It's a weird outcome, but it happens because saving isn't a math test. It's a habit. Think about it like a bucket with a leak in the bottom. You can pour more water in, even gallons at a time, but if the hole is never patched, the bucket will never stay full. Your paycheck is the water. Your spending is the leak. If you don't control the leak, it doesn't matter how much water you pour. The money drains out either way. Now let's make this less abstract. Imagine putting aside $50 a month. Doesn't sound like much, right? But that's $600 in a year. Run that for 5 years and you're at $3,000 before any growth from interest. And if you push the amount even slightly higher, that pot of money grows faster than you expect. These are the kinds of numbers that look boring in month 1 but start to matter in month 30. That's when you suddenly realize you've built a cushion that can pay for repairs, travel, or even just breathing room. What makes saving click is not giant jackpots, it's repetition. That's the part people hate because it's not exciting at first. You're repeating small moves over and over like brushing your teeth. Nobody writes songs about brushing their teeth, but it keeps you from ending up in pain later. Saving checks the same box. And here's what's funny. At the start, saving feels impossible because your balance is too tiny to feel real. But once it crosses a visible line, maybe a few hundred, maybe 1,000, your brain shifts. You get oddly protective of it. You want to see the next milestone. That's the psychological edge nobody warns you about. The money becomes proof, not just hope. So the principle is simple. Pay yourself first. Even if it's $20 a month, you treat it like a bill. The kind of bill you'd never dare skip, except this bill pays you. Once you do that, the game starts tilting in your favor. Progress builds on progress, which is the only kind of winning that matters here. But knowing how to get started isn't enough. The trick is making sure you don't quit halfway, and that's where you'll need a few hacks to make saving automatic. So it works even when your discipline doesn't. What if your laziness could make you richer, not poorer? Sounds backwards, right? But that's exactly how saving works when you set it up the right way. The less you rely on discipline, the better your odds of actually keeping money. Because let's be real, discipline dies fast at the sight of late-night sales and fast food apps. So here's the deal. Saving should feel like a one-time setup. If every month you're depending on willpower to resist scrolling sneakers or the delivery menu, you're doomed. Willpower is great in theory, but in practice, it collapses the second you're tired, bored, or tempted. That's why people say they want to save, but find themselves with empty balances a week later. Step 1 in the lazy rich playbook is simple. Pay yourself first. The moment money hits your account, move a piece of it into savings. No hesitation, no debate, no clever excuses. Just treat it like a bill you can't avoid. Rent is due, electric bill is due, OnlyFans bill is due. Your savings payment is due too. Even if it's 20 or 50, it counts. You don't wait until the end of the month to see what's left because, spoiler, nothing is ever left. Here's where laziness becomes your edge. Automate it. Set up a transfer that kicks in the day your income arrives. You don't touch it, you don't approve it, you don't think about it. It just happens. The magic is that when you never see the money sitting around, you don't miss it. You can't be tempted to spend funds that already ghosted your checking account. It's like hiding snacks on the highest shelf. Except this time, you forget about the money and future you eats well. Now let's deal with the silent bleed on your savings, forgotten subscriptions. Everybody has them. That $10 for an app you swore you'd use. That streaming service you signed up for during a free trial and never canceled. Little fees like that nibble away at your paycheck without you even noticing. Until you go through your statements and realize you've been paying for 3 gym apps while never going to the gym. Canceling those? That's money you just rescued from a trap. And those subscription charges are only half the story. Daily habits drain you even more. Consider ordering food. That quick takeaway twice a week? It looks harmless, but by the end of the month you've spent enough to cover a flight somewhere. Cook at home more often. Not every night, just 2 extra nights instead of ordering in. That simple move saves you 50 or more every month. That's $600 a year, which is basically a holiday you ate because you couldn't be bothered to boil water. Another trick that makes saving stick. Give your money a mission. Don't just call it savings. That's vague and boring. Call it holiday fund, or car fund, or a quit my job fund. Suddenly you're not just stacking cash, you're building towards something that feels concrete. Watching that number grow gets addictive. And the funny part? You'll actually start caring more about protecting your fund than chasing quick purchases. Motivation multiplies when your money has a label. Pairing these hacks together is what makes the system effortless. Move cash first, automate the transfer, cancel the junk, reduce the takeout, give the pot a name. That's it. No spreadsheets, no guilt trips, no endless cutting of things you enjoy. Just a handful of tweaks that shift the game in your favor without feeling like punishment. Now the only enemy left is you. Or more specifically, that future version of you staring at a shiny pair of sneakers justifying why this time is different. There's no secret here. Saving isn't about speed or sacrifice. It's repetition. The same simple moves, done often enough that quitting feels harder than continuing. Systems beat self-control every time. Start with one rule tonight. Automate a transfer or cancel an old subscription. That one step is enough to begin. The real question isn't if saving works, it always does. The question is how much freedom you'll buy for your future self based on the choice you make today. Just remember the simple steps. Pay yourself first with an automated system. Cancel all the useless stuff. Cook more at home and freeze food before you throw it away. And if you remember all of this, saving money will just become really simple.